Hi guys, welcome to day 4 of building chat app in FlutterFlow, and I'm excited for day 5 to build a chat app. And I'm just making the setup so we can start building. And yeah, let's get started. So far we have built authentication flows and chats UI and chat messages UI. And today we are going to change the themes, import some new icons, and mainly work on emoji picker for the chat. And today is going to be exciting. And as we finish these steps, we'll jump into backend. That's the app is running in VS Code. Let it run it, and we'll get started. So yesterday we have built the reply options UI, where user can reply, react for a specific message, copy if it is a text, reply, forward, or delete the particular text message. And we have it's been working. And goal is to build for both mobile and web UI. So we are going to make it responsive for mobile and web. Let's set it for web responsive. Let me grab this. So, as I said, we need this chat UI responsive for both mobile and web, right? So what we are going to do is let's try to make this as a component, the main chat, this one body. Chat bubbles, or we can name it differently. Or we can keep the chat UI some completely different. A minute. And delete this. We have the chat view. Let's make the entire thing component, and we'll make it adopt based on the screen size. We'll convert this to chat view. We need to name something else. Let's see what to name. So we have chat view, chat view main. So it tags the component. So when we make the layouts become dynamic for both mobile and web. Just a second, guys. Yeah, so we'll create the web layout so we need to make it responsive. If you want responsive for both mobile, web, and tablet, so usually we can directly use the layout which like the breakpoints which FlutterFlow provides. Like for example, let's first delete this, and so we need the chat list on the side and the chat view on the right side. So what we'll do is we'll add a row. Inside that row, first we'll bring our chat list, uh, this one, UI, chat list UI we built yesterday. So it's not adding. Let's see what's wrong. Need to make this minimum. And also, guys, one thing I noticed is usually when I build apps, so from past few streams, like if I talk and build if I talk and also build, some like half of the energy goes in talking. So people who are watching, like, you can tell me if it is best if I keep explaining and build, or just like keep building and you ask questions and then I answer. It should be the best approach, because if I talk less, I can build more. I mean, we can stream more and build more each stream. If I like keep talking and also like building at the same time, most of the energy goes in talking. So you can let me know. So here what I've done, I set 100% width and height for both components with chat list and chat view. And here, so I made it I'm thinking to make like we use the same components which are responsive for mobile and web. So we are using the same component instead of doing UI twice. And so most of the things like back button and some other things, like you have pop-up coming right once it logins, like I'll show you. So those things we can, just a second. So those things we need to make conditional and make it web responsive. So we'll make it like how they look in WhatsApp web. We'll log in. You can see. So when we long press, we decided to bring this bottom sheet where where users can react, copy, or reply, and do various actions. Instead of like Presley, we thought like we'll have a drag this thing. So you can let me know if you want that kind of interface. We'll also experiment with that. So these things we need to take care when we are doing for web. So let's set the conditional thing. So usually FlutterFlow also gives us the responsive visibility, like the breakpoints. For example, you have responsive value here. So this thing, like we have three breakpoints. One is mobile, which is small, and medium is for tablet, and large is for desktop, web and desktop. So we can either use these breakpoints if we have three different visibilities. For now, we can use the same values. We can use so this thing is not visible if it is mobile, and also it is not visible when it is tablet. It is only visible when it is on the web. Else, it is not visible. So we'll accept this. So what happens is only when the screen width is more than tablet, we have this chat tiles thing. You can also see in different sizes. It'll different screen sizes. It load out accordingly. So um, and we need to set the visibility of this thing. We'll copy the same conditional value. So wherever we don't want those things to visible on the web, so we just like keep them here like this. Or else we if you wanted to keep it simple, because always like we are not rebuilding it three times, right? So rebuilding it three times in the sense we have a different view for mobile, we have a different view for tablet, and we have a different view for web. So we don't have that. So to keep it simple, one of like commonly used technique by me is I'll go to constants. I'll create a constant called big screen. So you can use the other responsive values type which I showed you, which FlutterFlow gives you. So that we can use when we have different views for different screen sizes. But currently we have only two views. Either it will be mobile responsive or above desktop responsive. So we just need to use this. Sorry, I didn't have my voice. Now I guess you can hear. So I'll explain again. So we're using this constant breakpoint here. So we had the other approach, which is provided by FlutterFlow, which have like three responsive visibilities. The breakpoints, what I showed you, responsive value. This is like we have if we have three different UIs built for and like mobile responsiveness, tablet responsiveness, and web responsiveness. You may use this, but for now we don't have three different UI conditions because currently either it will be web or mobile. So for web the chat view will have two splits. Will have chat messages on the left side and chat messages chat view on the right side. So if it is mobile, we don't need this chat messages because we'll have a separate page for that to navigate, right? So it'll be as simple as that. So for this reason, I'm not using that three-way responsive. It's just like not that this one efficient. Like we can use this the condition what I showed you right here. We'll define a constant named big screen, which is like 1084 pixel, the breakpoint for web and desktop devices. And we use this single condition simple. If it is equal or greater to this particular value, the screen size is greater or equal to this value, we show the UI for web, or else will not show that. It is also helpful because it is a single condition. It is also helpful to define actions based on the screen size, right? So I'll tell you. So now we have this responsive value. What I've done is I've selected the global property screen width. We go to global properties and we have screen width, and we set greater than or equal to the constant what we define, and we confirm it. And if it is greater than equal, it will not be visible. We will just have chat view. So when user is on mobile, we can navigate this to this page with the chat reference, and it will just show this chat thing, right? If else, it will show the chat view. If you guys know any other efficient way to manage this, you can let me know. We can experiment that also. Wait, let us also put the condition to the this one, so greater or equal to. So now let's test it. And also navigations also we need to manage accordingly, like based on the uh, responsive size. So if it is mobile, we need to set a action in main.dot. Based on the mobile and web, it will navigate to different pages. For if it is web, we just need one page. We have chat and chat messages. If it is mobile, we need to have the this one. If somebody clicks this, we'll have that. I'm just having two pages. We can also do that logic here also within one page, but to just not make too much complex, we'll have two pages. Complex in the sense like to have it easier to understand, right? So let's pull and test this. Let's pull the changes. Okay, previously I changed the API key for testing a different client project. Let me change my API. Give me a second. So this API token you will find in FlutterFlow's dashboard on your profile section. You have API token, you can just copy and paste. So this give access to download the project code for VS Code extension. Now let's pull and see. Let's see if the changes are fetched. Yeah. So as you can see here, so if I've defined the big screen as 1084 pixels, if it is more or less, it will show this particular thing. So, and also we had this to not be visible. We'll change that. Which, and like if it is only, it should be opposite actually. So at least this thing is visible correctly. Let's keep it to full screen and see how this thing looks. So in full screen, it looks like this. You can adjust the chat width, like ratios as you need. We have defined it there. Um, we'll remove this. We'll go to FlutterFlow, and actually this icon, it should be only visible in if it is not web. So what we'll do is less than big screen. So if it is less than that, it'll be visible. So Control S, and you can adjust the flex uh, as you require. Like if you need more flex, you can change the flex numbers. So the ratios are accordingly. Let's pull the code. Sorry, sometimes I forget like I off the mic and I keep speaking. Yeah, so we keep 40 pixels just like WhatsApp. We need for web, like we cannot give the pop-up like this, right? So for mobile it's good. For web, what we'll do is we'll give a on hover, we'll have the icon visible, and once user click the icon, we'll show a dialog which is aligning to that, so they can reply accordingly. So what we'll do is we'll change the, let it just give a shadow for this. We'll add the shadows later on. Deciding if we have proper Figma and design on the side to build UI is very easy, but if we do the way what we're doing right now, it's very hard to decide on small things. So that's why I prefer to have a good design. From next series, what we'll do is we'll keep a designer to design me a good this one, so we can just follow that instead of we juggling like this. I'm just showing like someone who wanted to build an MVP and have no idea about what app development in FlutterFlow is. They can just find inspirations like this and they can build. It's what I was intending to do. So I need arrow a little bit bigger. Let's keep 32, and color. Let's keep alternate or primary. So this we need when user hovers. We need the animation to slide like this. So initial position, let's keep as 1. Oh, it's going like that. I can bet here. It's going up here. It's actually doing opposite than what animations we need. Let's see. Yes, this is good. It's going from inside. So we need to appear like this when user hovers on it, and we need it to fade and slide. So we will delete here. So I'll cut this animation, copy, delete all, add a fade first. It will be 200 and paste the animation. So we want this to appear only when user is hovering on this message. So wrap widget with the hover mouse region, and we'll keep it basic. And so yeah, and when mouse goes back, it just hide, right? And we'll set a conditional visibility for this icon. What we'll set is if it's only visible if mouse region um so what we want is we need a single condition. What we need is if it mouse forward is equals to true, only visible if it is true. If it is not, it's not visible. Just save this, and inside this row container will have a padding of some 40, 50, because see, here we have 10 pixels which we have for surround padding, and we have a padding of 40, size of 40 for this icon container. So if we wanted to avoid that, because when sometimes we have like too much text, we don't need to overlap both. So what we'll do is we set this to 50 pixels, so it also avoids and also have a little bit padding, the spacing between it. So let's try if this works. Okay guys, I need to consider those other padding also. We have 16 pixels padding. I need to consider that. So it is only visible if this is true, and also we had one more condition called is spacer visible, right? Is spacer visible is equals to true, and we need 16 pixel padding for this also. 16, 16 here, so it stays exactly here, right? And also icon is a little bit big, so let's make it a little bit small. We'll keep the icon as 24 and see. If we want more, we can keep later on. Control S, and let's pull the code. And also one more thing. So we had that action, right, which we had here on long press. So this thing we need it to only execute when the screen size is lesser than the mobile or tablet to this one. So that's why when I previously said, let me show you how to uh, set that. So we'll cut this action here. We'll add a conditional action. So in this condition, same condition as before, we'll go to global property, select screen width, and is equal to no. So this action should execute only if it is less than the big screen. So constants and big screen. And confirm and paste the action. If it is less than big screen, only then this will execute. Will terminate here, and if else, nothing. You just don't do anything. So we have that ready. And Control S and go back to VS Code. Pull the code. Sometimes these notifications are like hidden. It's not visible at all. Let's refresh this. So now the responsiveness is less. So if I long press, we have this bottom sheet, right? This is for mobile or tablet, etc. So if it is web responsive here, as you can see, if it is web responsive, we need on hover. What is this? Currently it's not visible on hover. So if you see long press is executing it, I guess it didn't pull the code properly. Let me see that. Let's refresh and see. So now, as you can see, this thing is not executing. It will only execute if it is shorter. So as you see here, and as I see, I don't see the. Oh, I see the animation. Yeah, great. So as you can see, if I hover over the message, this thing appeared from side. So we can execute a bottom sheet here. So we need to make it a little bit instant, so a little bit delayed. So we'll change the animation duration of the icon here. Let's keep it as 200. So it's instant, just like slide instant. Control S, go to this one. So as you can see, if I go out of the message, it will just disappear. Just like WhatsApp. Cool, right? And let's pull the code again. Let's refresh. So now see if it is instant. But animation is not that quickly visible, but it's fine. If you want, we can also add a button, but button I don't think so. Button is icon button is required here. So we'll just keep, and as I can see, hi Google, this should be at left. So for some reason it is on right. The is user. No, it is not user. This is user, right? And let's keep for this. For the other one, we let's see for replies how we have here. Let's see for user messages, it will come on the this side here, right? Hmm. So this wrap, I guess we need to wrap this per this one instead of stack. Just cut this. For each message, we need to wrap this. So it is much efficient. Let's just modify it. So have this message, we'll wrap this with a stack, and I'll paste this. And in stack, it will have on top right. And then we'll cut this conditional builder here. We don't need stack here. So we also don't need a mouse region. Mouse region will keep on in each individual tile. So we'll wrap this stack with the mouse region. I forgot that we had two types of messages here. So mouse region, and we'll copy the same action we had from mouse region here. Cut action, and we'll add the same action here on mouse enter, paste action, and we'll select the icon. So we'll also name this. We'll name a user message, user A message. User A here is the user who initiates the chat, and user B is who is opposite to the chat. So we have user A icon. Actually, this animation we can keep for container itself instead of this one, then it will be much efficient. Copy all animations, remove this animation here, and add animation to this one. Not on page load, on trigger. Hide before animating, apply initial state. So yeah, and this is fine. And what we'll do is we name this as a container as user A. This will give it as icon. User A options. And mouse region. Also will name user A. So when we wanted to identify the mouse region, it is easier here because we also have mouse region for other, right? So we have user A over, yes, confirm, confirm. We'll cut this now, conditional builder. We don't need this mouse region, so we delete that and paste again. So we'll have the initial UI. So now it is on each message level. So we can confirm here, it is here. And now we don't need the 16 pixel padding also here. This icon, we can just center it, and we don't need this 16 pixel padding as it sticks to the end. Now what we'll do is we'll copy this container, do same thing for the message, user message of this one. So when this, we'll just copy the same UI, like have a lot of work, then same UI, paste this here, and we modify it for spacer. We need, we'll send it to the right, the shift and arrow right, so it will go that side. And we don't need indicator for the user B messages. We need time also. So let's see if we have time indicators. Yeah, we have time. Instead of this one, we'll have time. So we need this time indicator for also the other one. It's also added for that. Need it beside indicator. We'll keep that indicator this side, and we'll have a spacing of 4. 4 pixels is good, I guess. Now we need to wrap this to a mouse region. Oh, no. We have a mouse region, so this one we'll name it as user B, and also here user B options. And this thing should not appear on the mobile also, so we need to have one more condition back there. And on mouse enter, we'll execute the action there. Let's see if this appears on the mobile. Yeah, currently it appears. We don't need this to be visible in the responsive layouts. We'll add one more condition. We'll keep it at the top. Before anything, it will validate this. We'll add is screen size. Global properties, screen width is equals to constant, which is big screen, and is not equal, it is less than, it should be in visible in the bigger screen. So greater than or equal to big screen, only then this is visible, or else it's not visible. So we'll copy the condition and also add this condition to the other one. So for this we need to change the color of the container also. Here, change it to alternate, and all the colors inside that will also be changed. We need to clearly change the color theme to blau, yellow, and this one. This is not good at all. Let's adding to 4 here, and need to change the visibility. It should not be visible on the mobile responsiveness because we'll have the long press one enabled. We'll paste the conditions here and confirm. Great. Let's pull the code and see the changes. Let's refresh the thing. Messages should be not expanded here. Let's see how to fix that. So as you can see, these things are visible as we hover over them here. And we have some mouse region issues. Let's see what is this issue. I think the problem is we have animations here for like without any delay. We are just like having to both at the same time, I guess. Because of that, we'll try to remove the fade because it's not making much impact. Just have the slide. That's enough. So these are like small issues. Let's remove the fade. So as we are fixing this, we'll also fix one more thing, that this is not expanded. So it will just take the width of the content in it, not the entire this one. Hey, how are you? Are you a FlutterFlow developer? Do you develop any apps in FlutterFlow? Great. Yeah, sure. We can discuss. Like, is it a video suggestion or a project? What kind of an app is that? I mean, apps with AI in the sense like getting AI into the app, or like building with web coding tools. I mean, in FlutterFlow, I have built few AI applications. Let me share my contra link. You can have a look. Okay, and have a look. So it has a few of my recent projects and which I posted there, and also a lot of other projects which built with AI. But one built with AI, it's called Volcano AI. You can have a look in Contra. Hi, you can also connect on LinkedIn if you want. So guys, in today's stream we made the layouts responsive for both web and mobile, as you can see, and the pop-ups reply options. We on long press we'll have this bottom sheet, and on web we just like WhatsApp we'll have the pop-up this one like this, and they can reply. So we'll improve this more and change colors icons, and once the UI is done we can jump into the backend on the next frame. So yeah, we'll end this stream now, and tomorrow we'll continue this. See you around. Take care.